Peace in Islam, family. Coming on to go in real quick. I entitled this "Ignorance is No Excuse to the Law," and I want to talk about this self-proclaimed petty copycat. Now, it's just very clear that he's unstudied and in this only for the money. And I wanted to stay out of this, but I'm gonna have to go into nationality cards, get into a real deep, going on just the pure raw truth, going strictly by law, and we gonna break it down and settle any disputes that may have came up. And then next, I'm school y'all just a little bit on business because this guy seems to think he's a big business or doing a lot of big things, and Islam, peace to that. I hope you are, but just don't come after other people, and not even have any clue of what you're talking about, because you operating like a corner store as opposed to a wholesale business, full retail business. So I'm gonna need you to get your things together first before you try and talk out of your skin, and we're gonna get everything corrected. So let's see, hold on. Yeah. Now I'm gonna just put this out here to try and stimulate a little bit of study out of somebody, or any more that are really interested, in nationality cards, because this copycat seems to think it's all about the barcodes, which is not exactly. He copied a little bit more than that, and I'll go into that later. But when he speaks on specifics, you know, I can see right here, it says the 417 barcode, but he speaks on the 128 barcode, and I know all about it, but when actually going in on the laws, pertaining to nationality or ID cards and barcodes of that thing, it's not there. And I have the source. Don't get me wrong on that there. I have exactly where this comes from, everything that went into it, and then there's a book that the Department of Homeland Security and TSA teamed up and wrote together. I want to say in 2008, which I have and have read back and forth. So, this is just one of the things that I want people to consider, because ignorance is no excuse of the law. So we don't want to be getting jammed up, behind somebody that's just making claims to things and not showing any proof behind what they got going on. Give me just another second. Okay, now I tried to make this clear as possible. I hope everybody can see it well. This was somebody I recently got from Moore that called me by nationality card, and he was asking around because he said he had saw a few people that had nationality cards with barcodes, and was asking about things like the Real ID Act, and wanted to know did I even know what it was, because he spoke with one brother, concerning these things, and didn't get the positive answer he was really looking for, and basically he had a nationality card, and I'm not going to say who it was by, but he got a charge of fake identity, giving fictitious ID, and this is just one of the things we saw coming, me and the guys I work with in my organization, over a year ago, and we wanted to get prepared for this. So when we say we study, these are the kind of things that we're studying. We have all kind of books. We get into the Moorish information, but we get into law as well, because we're out here looking for remedy, and we're looking for other people that are looking for remedy. So when this guy called us up, it's like it was already in place. This is what we do. So we're trying to avoid things like this here, like the nationality cards we issue out. is to prevent anything of this sort coming, because it's up to standard with the Real ID Act and any other international laws pretty much you can think of and come up with, because a lot of them have actually been codified in the CFR codes, and they go pretty in depth in detail, in just the basics. And we made sure we had ours up to a minimum standard of that, because if we are going to, like Noble Drew Ali said, take our place amongst the affairs of men, you know, one, we should know what other nationality cards look like around the world globally and be up to a similar standard. There should be no reason or more, is getting a charge because of his nationality card. They're saying it's not, up to par, and that's universally. So, if that offends anyone at all, will get with me. I can definitely get you this information, even the copycat brother. I don't mind getting him this information and helping him out if he will humble himself, just to show that we all need a little help. And I understand that. I'm not the expert at everything. I have other Moors that I work with for different reasons. So, it's just you have to decide what level you're on with yourself and how far you are willing to grow. Yeah. Now, give me just a second to make another point. Now here, real quick, I just want to put this one out there for anyone that has never seen it. This is what the actual Moroccan nationality card looks like. Just throwing it out there. This is a picture of the front, and no, that is not my finger holding it. I just got to put that out there because somebody will, try and slay me for that, I know. Okay, now this point here might hurt. And this might hurt a lot of people. I'm not even gonna lie. This is some raw truth that's so raw. I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash behind the comment behind this, but I have to be as honest as possible. I have to, get that raw, honest truth that I'm known for. When people speak with me personally and privately, because I do more consultations privately, I give these kind of facts that I don't necessarily put out there that, could be considered opinion. But when you really look closely at it, I think people will find out that what I'm saying is the truth. And that's about, the pricing on these nationality cards. Copycat dude, was thinking for some strange reason, even though after he saw my video, he did a discount, a promotion or whatever, and dropped his price a little bit. But I think it was hurt with the fact that mine is $30, and they've always been $30. And I'm not even gonna say his price because it's embarrassing right now. But when you think about like retail versus wholesale, and reasons people hate Walmart. Walmart is big business, big company, and they always sell their product at the cheapest, possible to cut out, all the other little guys, that are in competition. And that might be what's going on right here with these nationality cards, or these IDs, I'll say, because when it comes down to it, he spoke of someone being the top, but I mean, I'll have to say that that the Walmart in these IDs is the U.S. government, or these state governments, local state governments, and from what I've seen, they retail theirs, their price is between 18 and I've seen maybe $35, and their quality, they're up to these standards of the Real ID Act, this, that, and the next. So if they're able to produce these nationality cards, or excuse me, theirs are not nationality cards, if they're able to produce their state IDs, driver's license, or whatever, they're plastic cards that they're putting out, that they're calling ID cards that are not de jure nationality cards, and that can be easily researched. If they can put these out in a quality form between 18 and say let's $35, and my price is $30, I would like to drop mine, in comparison with theirs. I've always wanted to, but I can't find the resources, to be able to do it at that of a cost. So, when this more is saying, like, I'm not going to be able to profit and make money, I'm not sure what his profit margins are, but I'm doing well. And I don't mind it at $30. I'm not going to go up, like some of these other companies or Moorish organizations out there that are selling nationality cards. I mean, we just have to be totally honest. If the government can put them out for $18, this is state of Texas for a Texas state ID, $18. Mine are 30. So for my price to be considered low, what are you doing with your business practices? I don't know. If I can afford to produce them, at $30, get them out to the people, and it's not a problem, not an issue, been doing it. And, these guys want to come along and, jump up to having pretty much the highest price of a national card in the market that I've seen, And then for them not to also be studied behind it, hey, one of the brothers already, issued the buyer beware on it. So, my message is ignorance is no excuse of the law.